There's a new recipe for Jilly juice. If you don't know what Jilly juice is, look it up. Or maybe it's just not going to play, which is also possible.
What we're trying to say is Facebook is trash.
Well, no, that was the Facebook downloader site that gave us the problem. Now we have to go onto Facebook, which is trash. Also, this video's in. At least somebody had the good sense to like put. Oh, come on. Somebody
They get square vision. She's got pink sea salt as her fucking Facebook fucking.
See, like Facebook, like just look at like why does it do this when you try to play a video? Like
because it's an asshole.
They don't want you to stream using fucking videos about Jilly juice. This is really long, and we're gonna play as much of it as we can fucking handle watching.
Wanted to make however this recipe is not reflect a new recipe.
Wait a minute, is it playing twice?
Ratios might be a little bit different.
Oh my god, it's playing right over here. Right, let's try this again. Oh no.
You've reached peak Facebook.
Hold on, should we just play it in this window and be happy with it?
Fine.
From the pink Himalayan salt to the white iodized or non-iodized salt, table salt, white salt, that you can get from Morton's in America. Or you could find...
That's a lot of cabbage. Is she going to make a beverage out of that?
Salt dealer that will
that's also... That's Napa cabbage.
Sodium chloride, NaCl.
She's making them barrels at a time now.
With no sea salt.
The new recipe is make more of it and drink more of it and die faster.
Color.
Make more, drink more, die faster.
And so, because those have all of the excess minerals that
look at all the fucking reactions. Look at well, that's because it's from debunking the Jilly juice protocol.
People are plateauing on the pink salt because
you can pause it forever if you want.
She looks like the race of chameleon people from Deep Space Nine. That's just a Star Trek joke for Jared Monster. Okay, go ahead.
Of the heavy metals, though they call it trace minerals in the holistic.
Maybe we can skip a little bit.
Is this gonna
oh yeah, she's gonna be making.
She's got a big old jar.
She's making the juice.
Very resilient. They are one of the most resilient bacteria, lactobacillus. It's an actual endospore, and it can withstand radiation and heat. Okay, so so you can use this jar. There are.
Well, no, you're the only one that has that particular jar. We can't use that jar.
Come over and get my jar.
Hold on, wait a second. She said it can withstand radiation and heat. Everything can withstand radiation and heat. It's just a matter of how much it can withstand.
And what will happen to it as a result of the radiation and heat.
You ever microwave something?
Right. It's still a piece of chicken.
Right. The chicken does fine. Maybe the styrofoam plate you put it in there on doesn't fare so well.
Do you get corroded sometimes because of the salt? I've been doing this for a while.
That's called rust.
I just do this because it's sometimes hard to open when it's all rusted. So I just put a coffee filter.
Drink
so I'm not going to waste
rust.
the jar and use that as a easier way to open and close. Then other people have locking mechanisms like this where you don't have to use any coffee filter. Okay, and it has a rubber grommet.
To make your poison without a coffee filter, follow these instructions.
And you just
do we have a lighter?
Do what you got to do with this. Okay? I'm gonna put my nose
any of my pens.
Igloo says more Star Trek jokes. I love you, Igloo. You're my homie.
Check out, follow the media wench. Hold on.
And I do notice a major difference with the white salt. So these are the three main jars, and you can use jars even as small as this. This is a quart jar, and and it has its own like.
If she made it with MSG, I might be interested in it.
It would be delicious. But still poison.
Cabbage and MSG.
And sometimes they get rusty, so
you could probably tolerate.
You can already order that from your local Chinese food restaurant. Though.
Okay.
Yeah, but not
so
like.
Those are like the 4 types.
Not like a jug of it that you drink instead of water, and then you drink 3 more of them.
Then what I do is
ask them for it; they'd make it for you.
Okay. So you see here with all the hold on. So what I'm going to do is...
So if we get Gordon Ramsay in the Discord or like on Skype to critique this fucking cooking video with us right here,
I'm going to put it...
remove all of the audio.
Except that it would be an especially neat trick now that I think about it.
So, okay, my Vitamix.
He can improve the recipe. Just replace all the ingredients and how you make it.
And then just make like a nice beef stroganoff instead.
1 tablespoon. And...
That's not enough salt for the thing that you're making. That's still too much salt, though.
It doesn't have to be level, but
No, in fact, it should be heaping.
can.
Like die.
And I dump it in.
Die now. Put all the salt in your drink. Or just
Wait.
drink this.
Then I take 2 cups of water. Oh, just
Only 2 cups?
And guess what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oops.
This is not the whole shebang in the jar. That's not for the whole
water,
jar.
it
That's
may
for
have
2
all
cups
these
of
different
water
minerals, may have
and
some
like a
chlorine in it.
little
Remember,
clump of
sodium
fucking
chloride
Napa
is fluoride,
cabbage.
chlorine.
Napa
So
cabbage is more like
chlorine
lettuce.
is not
even
bad
than
for you.
fucking
Obviously,
cabbage.
everything in moderation, and the parts per million in the water supply is not going to harm you, and it's going to be then
What about the fluoride, bitch?
absorbed and
My pineal
mixed in
gland, it hurts.
with the ferments and all the other sodium chloride and
This damn
all
Badani
of the
thing.
minerals
Sorry.
in the cabbage and kale and the nutrients, the fermentation. So please don't be worried about
There's a
your
thing on there with
water
Dan
unless
Badani
you
talking
get
about the
inflamed
third eye and the
and it's
penile. No, in the
already been
on the
facing
soundboard.
major
Yeah.
issues. Other than that, my water
on his
around
own
here
board?
is
Does he
great.
have his
I
own
don't worry
board?
about
Yeah,
it.
he does.
There's damn Badani
So-
He does.
Then I pour it in. Let me
Talking
turn
about
this
what?
around.
The third eye or the
I
penile
pour it in
gland
the
or something.
jar or in the thingy. And I keep repeating the process. Okay? I keep repeating the process. So I take another piece, let's say I'll use some kale. This may not be like a cup, but it might, but no matter what, whether it's a cup
Oh
or
shit,
not,
she's gone
I will
upscale. She's
measure
putting
out
kale
my
in her
pour it.
Jilly
I
juice.
Oh
measure it
no. No, the
to
pineal
where I
gland thing
pour
is
it in the
damn
jars
Badani
and I
music
see
video.
how it settles. And then I can tell if it's like 25% cabbage and kale and then
And
75%
like way too much. Then like a giant fucking spoon of
So you don't
salt.
have to be perfect in the measurements, but I'm trying to get a point across to where I don't want you guys making sauerkraut. Okay?
Because that would be good.
So it's
But
like,
one leaf of
for
kale.
beginners, it's better just measured out 1 cup of cabbage and kale, 2 cups of water. So you can kind
1
of
cup
see
of
the
cabbage
point of
and
it
kale.
that you don't want to have so much cabbage and kale where it's so thick.
2
Okay.
cups
So I'm going to add
of water
then the 1 tablespoon of salt.
and 1
Pour it in
tablespoon
here.
of
Repeat
salt.
the process with the water. Oh my God! Don't look at all my messy kitchen.
Your kitchen's fine. It's the
Those are
the
clean
concoction.
dishes. Shut the fuck up.
It's the concoction you're making that concerns us.
I wish there was a clean bong
And
back
it's
there.
hard to do
That
with
would be-
Lady needs to smoke weed real bad.
Show you
Real
guys
bad.
Just at least 2 examples.
Because then she'd be just showing you how to make bomb ass weed
Okay.
brownies that also kill you.
No,
So
she'd just
I'm going
grind up the
to
weed
put
and
this
put
phone
salt
down
in
so I
it.
can get this done a little bit
Ruin
faster.
everything.
with salt.
Don't smoke salty weed.
Oh,
And so you can kind of sort of see what it I'm doing. Okay, so I got that. So I'm gonna try to
you
get
get a watchy puck.
So I'm gonna put like a piece of the cabbage, and I'll probably do it 3 times with this NutriBullet. Okay,
Oh, is she adding more salt?
this.
That's like the 3rd tablespoon of salt.
It is. 3rd tablespoon of salt. 3rd one.
Why is she layering it like that?
Because she's an idiot.
No, because she wants you to like not notice all the salt that she's putting in that shit. And yeah. There you go.
Enough.
Like it's going in a blender.
I put this thing.
Hey man, there's cabbage in there. It absorbs the salt.
I make sure it's tight.
You want to make this stuff and see what it tastes
No.
like?
Definitely not.
See if it's salvageable with any amount of vodka.
We couldn't even make pond scum out of
Sometimes you
that.
see salt pieces at the bottom.
I mean, if you put a drop of that in like a bottle of vodka, you'd be okay.
If you put a drop of that in maybe a gin and tonic.
And here's the thing: if you notice that there's so much of the
Serving
pulp
size
and it's
1
getting
drop.
thick, then you can lay off the cabbage and the kale and just do the water and salt to then make it juicy. Okay, so
But hold on, pause it.
stick to is
Pause it. If you don't feel like a piece of beef jerky quite yet, then just take all of the vegetative matter out of this thing and just straight drink salt from the bottle. Just drink it.
It's hard to swallow that amount of salt.
A dropper of water. A dropper of water. That's all the water you need for a day anyway. Mummify yourself while you still breathe. You'll be immortal. Like a
the
pharaoh.
salt to the water ratios. The cabbage and the
Nothing
kale,
can eat
when
me
you
if I'm
measure, it's
so
not gonna
salty
be
I'm
perfect.
Inedible.
indigestible.
Can be rather, I don't know, tedious to try to measure out a cup. Okay, or 2 cups or whatever.
You're tedious to watch for fucking 35 seconds.
So you see there's foam on the top, which is fine. It happens.
I'm gonna make
It's
this.
going to be a bit.
The life is trying to escape from
Hey
the
man,
cabbage.
if you make it, you need to tell everybody you live with. You're like, hey, there's a blender full of shit in the refrigerator,
that's
and
not food.
That's poison.
Yeah.
Don't drink it. I'm not even gonna feed it to the fucking plants. I just want to see what 2 drops of it in a vodka tonic tastes like.
Processing this cabbage and kale. It's being processed. Okay. So then it looks like this.
It looks like the bad water you take out of your fish tank.
Well, no, it does look.
It looks like a drink I used to drink around here in some ways,
it
except
looks
there's no
like-
foam on the top
It
of my
looks
fucking.
appetizing.
It looks
it-
like it looks, but it doesn't taste like
And it
apple
ferments
and pear
faster,
and
and then you have
spinach.
all
It
these
tastes
little
like salt and
lactobacillus.
ocean and kelp and
Not
fucking
being weighed
death.
down by the
Now with kale.
Now
With more kale to add to the bitter fucking side, bitter notes. It
She
adds
wants people
bitter
in
notes.
Napa to use her protocol. She's like, I have to add kale.
Well, that's the
She
same
said
thing
just
when we
using
were
Napa
making the
cabbage
ferments with
wouldn't
the
work.
pink salt,
It was
because
like
all
that's-
those minerals
People in Napa don't know what the
were
fuck
making
Napa
your
cabbage
ferments
is. Come on, but they know what kale is.
smelly.
They do with them
And so it
fucking
was
high
really a
flute
turnoff for a lot of
fucking-
people.
Oh wait, she's talking about how it's smelly.
They don't even
Oh,
smell.
your roommates would never drink it. It smells. I keep forgetting.
And
Could
They're
you
like,
imagine?
get used to the smell because you're gonna smell it going in and coming out.
So yeah, people were plateauing on the pink salt.
Because your
does
body
not-
just won't digest it. It'll be like, what the
Don't use
fuck?
black
I'm not
salt.
digesting
Don't
that.
use-
Check
It'll
this
just
out.
pass
Check,
it right
check this
through.
out.
It doesn't
If you're on a
digest the
da-
smell either.
if you're on a date and it smells like salt and fermented cabbage when they fart, go on a date with someone else.
Hardly any sodium chloride. If they say,
Like, I'm
"Oh,
serious.
yeah,
Like,
salt
this is an
healthier,"
indicator
because
that they
don't
might be
want
on the
to have
juice.
that Sodium chloride. Sodium chloride is salt. Salt is a compound. Sodium chloride is the salt broken up in elements. Okay.
No, sodium chloride is literally salt.
She's gonna get
And-
scientific on our ass here.
Ions. Like, she
my
shouldn't
favorite-
say elements.
My,
Because,
my favorite part of the conspiracy video is the science lesson.
like, even though it is elemental chlorine, it's chlorine ions,
Actually,
which are fine. But don't ingest elemental chlorine.
oh yeah, but like salt is no. In fact, in the way in which she's asking you to ingest salt, just don't ingest salt.
Yeah, true.
You'll generally get enough of it in your day-to-day life without doing this. People are not like, oh, I have a salt deficiency.
have you seen the new burger at Carl's Jr.?
It's like a Jilly. It's like a cup of Jilly juice, but it's a burger.
It's like a fried melted cheese ring on top of a burger and a burger.
There's probably hella salt in that.
It's delicious.
Jilly juice is hella jealous of the fast food companies because they're selling people salt.
I'm hella jealous. 'cause
New
I can't
from
go get one
Burger
right now.
King.
Salt.
The salt burger.
Salt, sodium chloride. You see fermenting salt, and it's white, iodized or non-iodized. You can use it, okay? But
Rock
don't
salt.
ever use strictly pink salt, ever, or you
Why?
will plateau.
What?
And then
'Cause you'll
that's why I
plateau.
was
What does
getting- I was
that
getting
mean?
Testimonies,
Ask
but I wasn't getting
Scientologists.
as many as I need.
Your life will plateau.
And then I was-
You have only gotten this
Like
old.
if you're plugged into an
you
EKG.
cannot get older
No.
than this.
It's like if you're
So
plugged
now
into
you
an
see
EKG,
it's-
it will
it's-
plateau. See?
right here, you see it? It's separating. See, isn't that
code.
pretty cool?
It's code for coding.
That's what you want. You want to see a
You're
certain
coding
at a
separation.
plateau.
If you see
Your
it getting too
years-
thick,
Your years
then
line, the
you just lay off
x-axis,
the
and your
Will
years
plateau.
lived line, the y-axis,
Well, both
will
plateau.
stop going up.
Easier to drink, so you're not wading through all that pulp, and the pulp becomes easier to drink too when you puree it. Okay, so let's try this again.
Oh no.
First ingredient is salt.
By the way,
Is she just gonna pour more of the Jilly juice back? Oh no! Oh, I thought
Okay, clump of cabbage.
2 cups of water.
by the way, you guys, I have lived an entire year for every year I've been alive.
That's amazing. How did you manage that?
I'm tied for the world
What do you
record
call this? Vitamix.
of years lived per years.
Process. I'm gonna need more salt, definitely. Okay.
I'm gonna need more
Okay.
salt. Definitely. Hold on. I wish that was like a really clean sample that she said into a good mic, because just her saying "I'm gonna need more salt" definitely is like gold on the soundboard.
This. And then 2 cups of water.
And now she's gonna. Did she add? Yo, she already
She
added
hasn't
more
put
salt.
kale in yet.
I think
She's
she's.
put in 2 clumps of cabbage, 4 cups of water,
So I'm gonna add
2 tablespoons of salt, and a sprig of kale, and another
heaping,
and dump some in too.
water.
She's like telling you to drink all of the salt. That's all she's doing.
Well, like over how long?
A day.
That's a day? You're supposed to drink one of those a day?
A day.
I thought that was like a week's supply.
No,
Wait,
it's a gallon a day.
Jesus Christ.
No, Jesus Christ would be a piece of beef jerky. He would be Jesus jerky.
Jesus jerky.
That's why they wanted him up on the cross to
So-
finish drying him out.
HK, you didn't know. She's this thing she did right here where she made it is like the best demonstration of what's wrong with it. Like any of the debunkers, like she's doing the best job of debunking her protocol herself right here, right?
I mean, I thought you were supposed to have like a glass a day.
No. You want.
Gallon a
Sometimes
day.
That's why you shit your intestinal lining out.
Or
Waterfalls.
Waterfall.
Wait, people have done this?
Yes.
Yes.
There's a whole
Holy
Dr. Phil.
shit.
There's a whole Dr. Phil thing on it,
No,
and I
pause
feel
it,
like
pause it. You gotta pause it because this is good stuff. But
Did
okay,
they live?
No, there's people
I mean,
who've
some
done
of them.
it, and like they like that's why they call it the poop cults because people take fucking videos themselves like reacting to like their first like massive hemorrhage
Yeah.
of diarrhea that they
Yeah,
have
the-
when
like,
they
it's
start
like
doing this.
it's like
start
they
doing
do
this.
they do a
Like,
reaction video like if we're watching a Jordan Peterson video, but it's just of their poop.
What the fuck?
because okay. It eats away their fucking intestinal lining and everything, and then she
Yeah.
says that
Yeah,
it's
that's-
parasites.
it's
And she
killing you.
She says it's the candida fucking worms or whatever, but it's your intestinal lining that
the
you're
can-
Do they-
shitting
hold on.
Do they
out.
keep doing it after
Yes.
their first video?
Yes.
The Candida thing, by the way, the people who tell you to drink turpentine also call the turpentine the Candida cleanser. I haven't even quite worked out what they mean when they say Candida.
It's the intestinal worms. It's the parasites that are in your stomach and your intestines.
Oh, so like an imaginary thing.
It's an imaginary thing, but what
Well,
they're
no,
really
isn't-
doing is they're shitting out their intestinal and their stomach lining that is protecting it from the stomach acids that will eat away everything in your fucking body if it was not contained in your stomach and your intestines.
Isn't Candida just the name of the bacteria that lives in the human gut?
Yes, sir, it is.
Like,
they
we
want
need
you. They want
that.
to cleanse it. The Candida cleanser.
But like we need that.
Yeah,
But-
that's also like Jilly Juice either knows this and doesn't care or has no idea what you're talking about.
But and I
We
do.
need those bacteria. Like if you don't have those bacteria, you die.
But
Well,
these
that's
are,
probably what happens to you if you drink Jilly Juice for an extended period of time.
These people are like, well, if you just had a balanced diet of salt and water and cabbage, you wouldn't need those bacteria. Therefore, the bacteria and the oxidization of your body and your organs and things like that's never age. So therefore, you become immortal.
So it's like
No,
Scientology.
You would become the opposite of immortal.
But that's like, I mean, I guess being a mummy is okay because you have like sand powers and you can like.
I don't even
you're
know
like,
if you'd mummify.
locusts and
I think you'd just
you look
disintegrate.
cool in like half a toga. You can do like the cool makeup. And
I don't think there's any organic matter that could survive ingesting that much salt.
scarabs.
It happens. You can't really mess up, you guys. Okay.
Oh, you can definitely mess up.
Well,
Just
you know,
make this in the first
if
place.
it's all made up in the first place, then I'm like, really, how are you gonna mess up?
Like I wanted to make
Is
this
she gonna
just to see.
Is she gonna drink this whole thing right in front of us here
I
on
wish you
camera?
would just chug the whole thing.
It's going to settle.
This is all I'm waiting for is to watch this lady like drink a big glass of this shit on.
I
the-
would make you give her 1 month of our Patreon fucking funds if she would chug a whole barrel of that on camera.
So funny.
How long has she been saying to do this?
Long
Oh
enough
my
for her
God.
to have been on Dr. Phil and been humiliated by Dr. Phil and be making this video.
Okay, so she's not doing it.
She's not drinking this stuff,
Not like-
obviously.
not like
that
she
would,
tells
it would
everybody
kill you
else to
faster
drink
than
it.
that.
She also claims to give it to her dog.
Her dog doesn't look very happy at all. I believe that her
I know.
dog's on the Jilly
Poor
Juice.
dog, right? Like, fuck her, a dog, right?
I put
Don't do it to the dog.
Yeah,
Dog doesn't have a
that's
choice.
animal cruelty.
So what do you think of this cooking show so far?
This cooking show is shit. What the fuck is she doing?
I was trying to find a
You
way
That's
put
like-
that much salt in something, you're going to fucking pickle it.
That's like as bad as like making your dog eat a or making your cat eat a vegan diet.
Yeah, it's
because
bullshit.
you're just gonna kill your cat.
Yeah, my cats won't even eat anything if it's like not shredded fish. They won't even touch it unless it's a little.
What is she making now? Is she just making granola?
A salad? I don't know. Out of salt and.
I don't think that's a bag of granola. I think that's a bag of salt.
Actually, in your
She's not making a salt salad. It's very simple. You take salt and
You put salt on it.
And then you take this other salt and you pour that on top of it. You take this kale and you rub it between your hands really fast and you just one leaf.
2 cups.
And you throw it on top.
I do think HK that you're right that was in fact salt. the idea, in fact, I'm kind of.
I think that was the pink salt that comes in a bag.
Oh,
Tablespoon of white salt.
Nope.
Oh, white salt.
White
Okay.
salt.
So it's
She
not
buys it
level,
from the
it's
water softener store.
afraid of salt. Try it again. Another.
Oh my god! I can't believe people got tricked
2
into
cups of
doing this.
water, and then 1 tablespoon of salt.
Those poor people.
like I think this is how she makes money. She gives people like consultations on how to properly, I don't know.
Like $75 for half an hour or some shit like that. I don't know.
Like a podcast consultant, but
She doesn't know
she
who
should
you are. You
definitely
should
be in
fucking-
jail.
Do it all at once. Do like 6 cups to then
Like
whatever.
100%, she should be in jail.
yeah, I'm not even big on jails, but like when you do this, like
Like if this is not illegal, this should 100% be illegal.
She should be blacklisted from social media 100%.
like yeah, if she doesn't go
She
to jail,
shouldn't be able to have a phone line except for a landline.
and then she should only be able to really call the Plex.
She should not be allowed to have like a modem. Like in fucking Hackers,
Alright,
whatever Zero
so-
Cool was not allowed to have. You like don't give it like
Alright.
same.
Do I put? I lost it. That's okay. I'll put a little more salt.
Yeah, I guess.
So now remember,
Oh my God.
you can't OD on the salt. These lactobacillus, since I'm
Holy shit!
lactobacillus,
The recipe calls for
can live
kale
in
and
high
like
salinity,
twice as much salt as
okay?
she says
They can
is in
live
the
high
recipe.
salinity. So,
Like you know that
It's not
mountain
gonna
of
hurt
salt
your
that's
friends
over
if
at the
you add
Morton
extra
Salt
salt
Factory.
by
Just
mistake,
grab that
because
whole
your place
thing and
is
truck
gonna
it to your
jerk you
house
or
and
whatever.
put
Just
it
sit
in.
on top with your mouth open.
it can withstand high heat, but nothing over 100 degrees boiling type of thing. It can withstand even radiation.
If you drink this much salt, you might be able to withstand radiation
You, and it's not gonna
Right.
hurt.
because you'll be dead, so it won't matter.
Like, you won't notice. You will not notice the radiation.
My editors
Like,
right
she-
now, and so I
she-
have all of that.
She uses like
We've gotten through a lot more of this than I thought we would.
she uses the scientific jargon, but she's using it.
As
To
she
say
keeps just being
something
like,
that
"Oh,
would-
we need more salt in this thing that we're drinking."
But like she's using it, I feel like, to try and sound like she's an authority on dietary science. But she is in no way an authority on dietary science.
That glue's like she's like Paula Deen, but with salt.
Oh, if she was more popular, I already have people who would make memes.
Except that much butter takes longer to kill you.
She's anti-salt. Anti-salt.
So before the goatings happened, there was this Facebook event that was a Paula Deen appreciation page, and we had a fake account and we got control of it. And I was on the BART on my way to Pride when we did this. And then I got out of the tunnel and the group had been taken, or the Facebook event page had been taken over, and it was called Masturbating with Butter. And there were like hell of Paula Deen just writing things, memes, all throughout the group. It was fantastic.
Lovely.
We should
Quality.
Jilly Juice probably has a secret group, and I feel like it would be very fun to take that.
Very difficult.
Just pictures of salt.
Costs money.
As far as how resilient lactobacillus is.
Oh, right. We'd have to get into her cult, and by that means be her best customer. Give me admin in your group, and I'll give you $1,000. Yeah.
That's automatically suspect. She would never do that.
No, you would have to make her propose it.
Just talk about a possible donation.
You have
Always at the end, be like, I also like to donate to causes I believe in. Thank you.
protozoa, you have
But I find it as
parasites,
like an investment,
you
so
have
I need to be able to have
proteins,
somewhat of
you
a
have
shareholder.
bacteria, and you have
responsibility.
viruses all in your gut. You have a major colony in your gut.
Man, I feel like if
When
I could
you
have a
take
little bit of
antibiotics
control over this project,
and you take,
I'd
which is
really be interested
anti-life,
in
That's why
investing.
antibiotics, whether synthetic or natural, are gut destroyers.
So a trial period
now,
would be
it won't,
necessary.
like, but then
To
you say, well,
establish
like,
trust.
well,
Hey,
my,
hold on.
I thought the bacteria
Let's
was
go back and
resilient,
watch the
it can
last little
withstand
bit of this
everything.
video. It was pretty, like she was saying some pretty awesome, crazy
Finished
stuff.
my book. It's at my editor's right now. And so I have all of that annotated as far as how resilient lactobacillus is. It's an endospore. Endospores, which is part of the bacteria. You have trillions of bacteria. You have fungi, you have protozoa, you have parasites, you have proteins, you have bacteria, and
One
you
of
have
these
viruses
things is
all
not
in your
like
gut.
the other.
You have a major colony in your gut. When you take antibiotics and you take, which is anti-life, that's why antibiotics,
Oh
whether
my God.
synthetic or natural, are gut destroyers.
Oh, Lord, help
Now,
me.
it won't,
I don't
you say,
even
well,
believe
like,
in you,
well,
but
my,
please help me get
how come the
through
bacteria
this
was
fucking
resilient? It can
bullshit
withstand
that this
everything.
lady's trying
Also,
to throw
did you
at
know
me.
When you
astronomy
have
is
an
naming
imbalance
stars?
of
Oh, that's astrology.
trace minerals.
No, that's
No,
or
that's
an
what the
imbalance of
words,
like
the root words mean.
Very aggressive agents. It will lessen.
How did you
the
like my
effectiveness of the
pitch?
bacteria.
You think I should try and get in on her hustle?
I think it would be great to like take one of her groups and cover it in just pictures of like advertisements for salt from
Beef
like
jerky.
beef jerky.
Mummies. Pictures of mummies. We should mummy her
Just
page.
like take over it and just rename it to like Morton Limited, and just have like a bunch of pictures of Morton salt everywhere.
No, it should just be like advertisements for proper like embalming or like methods of pharaohs and fucking ancient Egypt. It's a new fad.